for Flamengo, but let's see what they can prove so early into the season.
Yeah, I think they always punch above their weight whenever it comes to like qualifiers. Maybe that's a credit to this team's experience. Again, you got ZQK, you got Showtime, so these guys have been playing through qualifiers for their whole life, right? They know exactly how to take these W's. But all that being said, we do have a game for you all, and it's going to be starting very, very shortly. We'll be hopping into Mirage. It's going to be a really exciting. It's going to be the map pick coming through of Flamengo. So we saw some good success from them just earlier on in the open qualifiers on this map, so I think they're trying to bring that into this one, this series as well.
Yeah, they had a 16-7 over metagaming just to get them here in the first place, and it was Fastin have an incredible map for himself. Let's see if we can get this started as Flamengo are looking to take the leap out of A main, but a 3-man stack awaits them. coldzera takes the first gush and goes down immediately. NQZ now fighting out. He gets a nice tap, but he goes down towards the end of it. 2 versus 3 on the cards as Flamengo are going to get that plant.
Yeah, they're already taking more initiative as well into CT spawn here. latto ready to deal with it, though. If he can play his cards right, maybe he could find some success.
Oh,
he will
boy.
nail the first, the second as well. latto's certainly playing right there as it just puts one in the clutch. ZQK needs to close this one out, and he's getting flanked in. Easy closer there from Taco. Great stuff from latto as well right next to him, and they'll get off to a 1-0 scoreline.
Yeah, latto is one of these players that can definitely go above and beyond, and we could see that further down the stretch in this game if that kind of form continues. He has an incredible headshot percentage, great multi-killer, and overall, just a huge playmaker for the 00Nation squad.
Yeah, again, that's where we talk about some of the extra elements there. When we talk about this team, I think maybe try struggling to just secure a comfortable position, right? And that's hard to do. He was a very young player coming in with a lot of experience, and it's an international project at that point when you bring in Tri. So, again, the question is, can NQZ fill those shoes in a different aspect? And it's probably one of the better pickups that they could have actually found there, 00Nation. Very effective opper, very proven, but Del Boni able to open up proceedings.
Getting that clear out towards top middle and starting to shake up that defense. NQC, am I seeing things where it's NQC only on a USP for this round? No, he does have a scout.
I think he bought a scout, yeah, at the start of the round. I don't know what happened there. Maybe he was trying to pick up a gun there and
I think he was trying to get dumau's M4 or something of the sort. Yeah. Well, stuck to the scout. Trying to hold off this A play as the rest of Flamengo start to creep up that A ramp. NQZ, though, I think this is the weapon for the job. You would want the scout here to face off against these Galils. They'll have trouble at long range, so NQZ, let's see what you got. It needs to be the first bullet, or no, coldzera pushes forward, gets caught, and now it really has to be the new boy on the block. Gets a great first headshot, but eventually overwhelmed. A 2 versus 4, and this is time to save. No more heroics here from latto, and there isn't a flank from Taco to win this one. We're going to see a force buy victory come out for Flamengo.
Yeah, they nailed the timing on that, right? They threaded the needle perfectly on that A execution. They waited out the smoke. They didn't jump the gun at all, because if they would have, I mean, you would have seen most likely coldzera have a lot of success in his position close by in the palace side of things. If they would have just, you know, jumped the gun on that execute, it would have been super rough for them. And they make sure to play their cards right. They make sure to be patient. That's part of that experience that I'm talking about there as well. Is you just need to have that voice in your head talking things over and you know, keeping you calm when you have these man advantage situations. So great stuff from Flamengo to close that round out. The force buy and reply.
You know, there is a point to be made about how consistent, or at least how warmed up Flamengo are when it comes down to their performance. They've had a day, 2 days of open qualifier play, compared to a 00Nation who was playing their first match of the season. This is NQZ's debut on his birthday. And so there is a good question to be had about whether 00Nation are going to be up to snuff if they're going to get off to the slow start. And we can see Flamengo get off to, well, exactly what they need early. These good eco-round victories to really start pushing the chains forward down the field.
Yeah, that's a good point, Dad. I've had opportunities to get that stress of being a new team, a new roster out already. And coldzera, stressful in ramp, he will be taken care of. get another full execute as they just patiently wait the utility out on the CT side. And QZ, though, is posted up in CT, making sure to give himself a chance at doing damage.
Oh, he just has. He just dropped a headshot on the fast to start. And another 1-for-1 as Taco sprays down another from spawn. It's ZQK and Showtime who have to put up the hold. And, I mean, Showtime, he's just trying to game the smoke. He's going to try and have some luck, but dumau gets him as he walks through the smoke. Can't be sneaky around them. It's a ZQK, a 1v3. One of the old dogs here in Brazilian Counter-Strike wants to put up a 1v3 to start his season. First headshot's good, and there isn't a kit on these players. They don't have time here. Cool. ZQK has just gotten himself a clutch victory. Now he can just get all the kills. One more remaining. dumau will take him down, but it's a round victory for Flamengo. One that was so out of hand. It's a 1v3 for ZQK.
Oh, man, played that one a little bit too slow right there. Unable to find the trade in time, and that is just enough to pull it across the line right there for Flamengo. Maybe not the most comfortable of rounds, but at least you're closing that out. A lot of economic damage done from 00Nation, but the issue is they still have to call a save, right? They still can't go for an investment here, so not bailed out by that fact. Not willing to reinvest into another one here. It's going to be dumau saving onto that rifle, obviously, but we'll see how much impact he can have with it. Going for a little bit of a boost here to be effective. So far, nothing spotted out just yet.
Oh, but this might be the end. The smoke is there to cover, and they actually will be able to escape safely. But I'd like that little play. Trying to make the most work out of your M4A4. It's all you got, so do what you can, I guess.
Really giving them the resources as well. Now they're boosting in to cover some underpass there, so making sure that they're at least pulling through with some gimmicks. I always like that on rounds like these. If you're gonna play a little bit more reserved, then that's the way to do it.
Oh,
He's gonna clear that, or at least clear that angle correctly.
yeah. I mean, there's when that does happen, there really is only one place to look for. Where did that kill just happen? Taco just 1-deeked a player in the back of apartments, so that's going to force Flamengo back to the A site into the 3-man stack. 00Nation keep giving themselves chances in these rounds to make things work, but with coldzera only on a USP, there's not much to be said. latto goes down next, and NQZ, he's getting sussed out. They're starting to question. NQZ has just dodged all the bullets. They're planting right in front of him, and he'll be able to get the first, but nothing more than that. Some cute stuff from 00, but it's Flamengo to be up 3-1 unless Taco can make some magic happen.
So they landed a nice 1 deke so far, but does seem a bit far-fetched. They've already established themselves in some strong post plants in CT spawn. Maybe you can grab a gun and fall out. He's hunting for it. Trying to sneak by, but no, CQK puts an end to that.
CQK was jiggle peeking on that one a bit. It was kind of funny. Kind of toying with Taco. But just the eco there for 00. Some decent damage, I would suppose. They keep that Flamengo economy low. Keep that confidence, you know, tamed down for these young guns of Nissim and Fasten. So now we have a real gun round. This is the real test here for Flamengo. They've had to play against all the lesser teams, quote-unquote, here in Brazil. Now they get to play a gun round versus 00. Let's see how it fares.
Gotta have some success here with this gun round here. And it looks like they're establishing a foothold in mid. 00Nation putting a priority on that. They're gonna start pushing themselves up as well. dumau, is he gonna go aggressive? This is a playmaking ability that we were talking about here. He does like to get himself in these sort of positions, but instead they've just established a setup here in mid, triangulating themselves quite nicely. coldzera taking a lot of damage in the flames.
Definitely makes you feel uneasy as the A defense, but 00, they're not hesitating, they're not budging at all. I'm actually seeing coldzera basically clear out a ramp, so that's going to keep this mid setup held a minute into the round. Flamengo have a nasty surprise awaiting them as NQZ opens up for the first, but can't hit the headshot on the next, and the mid play is compromised. It's only latto to trade out. 3 versus 3 as it stands. Flamengo, are they going to keep holding their angles? You're going to see 00. They're going to bring more manpower to the middle position. Still 2 players for Flamengo lying in wait. But with 20 seconds, they have to make a move. Is it up the catwalk? It is, and it's the bomb on the back of Nissim. They might just be walking right into the Latto. Opening kill goes his way. 2 versus 3, and the bomb's down. This is looking like save territory, and this will have to be save territory, but Latto's not going to let him. It's only Del Boni jumping out from the apartments, and he's down. 0-0. Good round there on the mid-hold.
Excellent work being done right there. A lot of recovering nicely. Able to stall things out in time there to, you know, just make sure that that is working out their way. I mean, honestly, 00Nation, it just kept on seeming like they were throwing numbers at the problem there towards the middle. You know, the early setup didn't work out perfectly, but the 2 players that were standing on the extremity bomb sites, latto being one of them, they just reclaimed that control immediately after. So great work being done right there from 00Nation, just committing to their game plan. It falls right into their hands.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird to think that they had an even fight in middle, even as the defensive side, even at a 3v3, when they just played together, and that's what helped them out in that exchange. Flamengo a bit disjointed on the play. You kind of see Nissim. It has to hinge on him winning a gunfight against Latto, and not many people can come away saying that. And even then, there was Taco for backup. So 0-0 had the good mid-round. They played their cards well. Flamengo will have another bye in the tank, but 0-0 start off their campaign nicely here. As we expect, of course.
Yeah, as soon as they get those rifles out, get things rolling. Sheikh Zula said that those second rounds are always the most difficult, although NQZ gonna open up proceedings right there. As I was saying, those second rounds going to be so incredibly difficult, although traded right on back there's man advantage at the end of the day there for Latto. So things going pretty well for 00Nation, once again just throwing their resources at mid.
I'm liking this from NQZ, stepping forward a lot more than he was on 9Z, where mostly the riflers on that squad would deal most of the damage. Max, DGT, and David. Like, those are just 3 entry fraggers in one right there. NQZ definitely taking his time at the plate here towards Mirage middle. Good to see this player develop. Yeah, we were wondering how he'll fit into this 0-0 system. And I'm liking the start, liking the look. Latto, though, very close on that. Lots of damage to ZQ and the finisher. He'll get it. Now Dumau, his turn to frag from jungle. Barrel spotted. Easy does it. Last one, Nissim. Just food for NQZ, who's all over the play. And 0-0, a dominant one.
Yeah, I mean, we have to take into consideration the changes in style of the 2 teams, right? You did have a lot of entry firepower on 9C, so maybe we are putting him in a box that we might see him break out of here in QZ, right? Yeah, you might be more passive when you have all of those players willing to take those opening exchanges, but if you're enabled to get unleashed on this team, I mean, again, that's just going to level up 00Nation's game. It's all about those entry kills for getting damage done, so that could be such an asset for them.
I mean, he has the mechanics for it. I don't think we ever would doubt that. So it's cool to see this player develop, and that's all what 0-0 is about, development. And well, how about the developed players? 3 kills there for coldzera on the anti-eco. He'll get bopped by Fat Zine, and that will be that. Some good stuff starting out here from 0-0. Some clean Counter-Strike in these last couple of rounds. And Flamengo, is this the end of the Happy Days story? You know, they've gotten to play against all the new boys on the block in those open qualifiers. You know, all the entire Brazilian scene undergoes a shuffle during the player break. But now you're facing off against a more established team in 0-0. Is this where the luck runs out?
Yeah, it's going to be tough to say. I mean, it's going to be their chance to prove themselves here. There's no question about it. Fluxo, I think, was a big chance to prove themselves as well, and they passed that test, although that was just a best of 1. You know, that's always an asterisk on those when it comes to you know, closing things out. This time you're up against 00Nation, who's already established themselves. They made a pretty big change in the offseason, but they're not invulnerable. You can definitely do damage against them. proven that much so far. But like you said, it could be the end of the happy days here if they can't start figuring out a way to deal with these setups on mid.
Gonna have a little bit of a fake A play trying to tie down these defenders, but well, if you can't get any of the kills, then it might not matter. Dumau just hunts for the kill. Nissim, no luck. And now NQZ, this is just an impossible angle to challenge. Snipes down Fascine. 3 versus 5, no ground gained, except for Delboni. A good entry to start opening things up. Now the pressure gets put onto Taco in the apartments. Very advanced angle. Right now, Flamengo, they're just playing everywhere. They're searching, prodding for an opening, but they're not going to get it. coldzera closes that door. And with 20 seconds remaining, ZQK has the prestige issue in the apartments. Has to make the move. Taco gets the spot, and he knows all he needs to do is stall for time, fall away, and this is going to have to be a save. The clock works in 0-0's favor, and I don't even think he's going to hold on to his gun as Dumau will hunt him down. It's 0-0 up to 5.
Really easy right there, honestly. Just a clinical rifle round. Being able to drop them on the execution. Honestly, I felt like dropping them before they were fully able to activate their game plan, right? That's the key detail. Weren't able to fake out as much as they were hoping for in that palace position as Dumau takes that proactive fight. Again, one of those players that's willing to do so. To try to figure out a way to deal with him when he gets activated, it's going to be a difficult task. Again, you still got NQZ as well going for some of these opening exchanges, so much to be excited about. Although this just looks like a stock standard B rush. Taco taking a lot of this space towards mid.
Yeah,
he's just going to need to buy time.
Yeah, the alarm bells are already ringing that this is a B rush, all the mid control ever. So you have the AUG of Lotto, the laser beam, just ready to put down a couple players. And Delboni's the only player to even make it out to Van because you can't get past the security system in Lotto. Dumau now joins the party. He cleans up for a triple kill, and it's all fun and games here for 00Nation.
Yeah, they're starting to build up a really nasty foothold in the CT side. Getting as soon as they get those rifles out once again after losing the second round conversion, they get the ball moving. Which honestly, for Flamengo, thank God you won that second round, right? Because things could have been looking a bit rough if you didn't have that luxury. So at least they still are walking away with a little bit of a round count to them, but they're not walking away with any momentum. They need to start getting some sort of hold in this one. I love the way they play mid too. Look at this molly that they throw on the top of mid before boosting up in towards vents.
We got some fun and games down here, though. coldzera tries to take a step forward, tries to hunt down a lurker, but this one will deny. So now they have to attend to other parts of the map, and it's time to coalesce around middle, grouping up, but hunted down. ZQK completely ready for NQZ. No chance on that play, and all Flamengo are doing, they're just holding their positions. They don't need to make a move. It's 00Nation who feel the pressure.
They're going to grab the up. You know he's capable with this gun, so don't mind this at all. Set smoke down in the bottom of connector as well.
Yeah,
just trying to buy time.
Dumau used to be a primary opper back in his day.
I think everyone on, well, I guess it was more so the Godsent side than anything. Used to be a primary opper underneath that banner. But yeah, Dumau is definitely capable as well with his experience in prior teams before Godsent as well. But testing, he will pass the first initial one, but now on top of the stairs, he does further buy time and now allows for his teammate under belt to strike. Taco good for 2, keeping this round in play. One more opportunity on Nissim, but he gets chased down, and that's a much needed equalizer.
Oh, but 15 seconds. Nissim has got to get the bomb and get it planted now. Can he get cover? Is he going to get hunted? 5 seconds remaining. He's going to get opt out by Dumau. I mean, Taco, what a hold. Dumau picks up the op, and that's a 3v5 for 0-0.
Oh, that's brutal right there. That was a prime opportunity, right? That's your chance to figure things out on your T side, finally get things going in your favor on these rifle rounds. But no, it's denied by Taco's Heroics, who's had a good game so far in the anchoring position. So, again, when he's heating up as well, it gets even more scary. I even like what Flamengo were doing. It's been constant resources tossed in towards mid early on, so they just patiently wait for mid to be taken and for opportunities to be gained in middle, and in that patience, they might have overstepped on A a little bit, not checking fully.
Going for the swings here. Feeling confident. coldzera taps out one. Oh, but goodbye.
God.
The lethal elbow shown there by Facid. Off with your head. NQZ has also taken some flack. This is a weird round. I mean, there's tons of time for Flamengo to change up their approach. But with so much ground gain, this is... 00Nation are going to let them have the plant. This is wild.
Super passive stuff being played out here. But coldzera looks to change that fact with a peek on top of the stairs. He'll check and take care of business. They still haven't been able to cross in towards sight. Actually, coldzera doing a wonderful job of keeping them at bay, and he finds himself another.
Yeah. Oh, just
Ooh.
the dink. A couple of deagle headshots go down range. They're going to need one more crisp, clean one, though, with this HP. It's not quite that. It's not enough. And the bomb plant will not go in. The nade is going to stop that. And what a win streak we're seeing here from 0-0, as they have just won 7 in a row.
Yeah, great stuff being done right there. 7 in a row. Again, massive luxury from Flamengo winning that that second round, because outside of that, they have gotten absolutely nothing. Fielding very little success. And here's the double up. I was wondering if this was going to come out at all in this map or in general for 00Nation, knowing dumau's peaks with this gun. And there's our answer, right? I mean, he's going to be super scary. Turning any corner when you get this sort of CT dominance right now is going to be terrifying. Taco tossing a couple shots downrange there. Testing anyone on that B side again. Been super effective, but look at the decision making coming through here. He does kind of fall off a little bit on that B side as well, and trusting a lot in Latto's ability, which, to be fair, that's probably a good idea. You can definitely trust this man.
I trust him with my everything. I don't know what I would trust him with, but I'd trust him with something.
Trust him with the B bomb side, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's like light work. I don't know.
Yeah, it's too easy.
The family secrets.
Oof. The cookie
vault
recipe.
key.
Grandma's cookie recipe.
Oh my god, I cannot leak that. Unfortunately, Latto, you're good, but
wow.
Nah.
No
These
faith.
chocolate chip cookies are patented. It's gonna be a little bit of a B walk here as Taco on the sight hold. Back turned is Nissim, so get the first. Showtime good on the trade, and Latto has actually been shut down. This is the first time I've said that this game. So it's dumau. His op has open sight lines, but no targets. And these double ops are geared up to save. Unless they want to try and break a site open, which doesn't seem likely. So we will see Flamengo on the B site play. They'll have some success. They will pry apart that defense, and, well, that's why I don't trust Latto with my cookie recipe.
I was about to say, it was like, good thing you didn't give that up right there, because they just gave the B bomb site. Unfortunately, that does prove to be super costly in terms of retake opportunity, because they don't have they don't have any money to, or rather they have a double up. They're not gonna be able to retake most likely. dumau though, will they be able to save this? That's a big question. Dancing around the ticket booth, absolutely stunning. He finds one more. Oh man, chase him down. I'll make sure to punish that one nicely.
They're actually broke because of that now.
Oh,
it's wild. I don't, you know, I'm more impressed by every other, no, I'm not impressed by everything else. I'm more impressed by those 3 kills and the entire round combined. dumau has still got it in him.
oof. Scary stuff. I thought he was gonna pull the pin on that one. Little vision through that molly. Smoking that molly, though, it does kind of give up a position towards the top of mid. And again, back to same old, I feel like, for both these teams. Is the constant push and pull of this mid control. Latto sinking in an HE there. but at a bit of a standstill after that exchange.
Going to see a bit of a palace creep out. In the meantime, pushing. EQK has just found dumau. That is critical. That leaves NQZ exposed. And now it's all down to coldzera. See the work that he can put in this game. It's been a bit of a quieter game for him, with the rest of 0-0 opening up. coldzera tucked away. Make their way down, and Nissim has got the swing in. Great shooting here from Flamengo. One mistake, and like dominoes, it falls into the rest, as it's just Taka remaining in the 1v5, and Flamengo have completely turned their fortunes around in this game.
Yeah, this is great work being done. Finally figuring out the winning formula here, I feel like. Like you said, coldzera has been a bit quieter on that A side, although not necessary in a lot of these rounds. Either way, I think this patience is really paying off, and Nissim, sharp as ever, is going to nail that headshot right there, adding even more to his tally right there. Still, they're at a bit of a deficit, but they got that CT side to look forward to. It's not the end of the world. And luckily for the 00Nation CT side, they got a whole lot of money, so more investments coming through for them.
You know, something I do want to talk about is Flamengo. They're a completely new organization because they are the Brazilian soccer clubs division. Did I just say soccer? Well, we're American, but we are in South America, so the football club esports division.
Yeah.
It's actually awesome to see these type of teams make their way into the Counter-Strike space. It's also cool to see them doing well.
They really nailed their investment on picking up some of the talent that they've found as well. I mean, off to a really good start so far, I would have to say, for this organization. Again, I always love the combination of the more experienced players with the youthful talent of say, a Nissim or a Fasten. So, very excited for the peaks that this roster will show us eventually. And if they can show it here, that would be the icing on the cake. But dumau getting close up in towards the ramp side of things. Flash comes in, perfectly timed. It's actually the flash that killed him. Oh my god! But it still doesn't work out all that well. dumau's going to find two in reply. At least are walking away with a man advantage, but that is so unbelievable.
I've never had the joy to cast that, but here we are.
Oh.
You see like a 1 in 1,000 moment right there.
Wow.
We'll see if I can convert it into a round window. EQK close to spawn. Latto right next to him. They can hear each other breathing right now. But no one wants to take the swing. EQK paranoid right now. Does he want to push the... Oh, just as Latto starts to move around, pull out grenades. Now he starts to play some games, but now getting flanked. dumau, it was just the bait. It was so ratty. And now it has to be Delboni from inside a connector. They know absolutely his location right now, and he'll get sniped down by Latto. Headshot through the smoke, and 0-0 back to winning ways.
Absolutely perfect from Latto. It's another one of those rounds that he just plays his cards perfectly. Look at this, though. There it is. Oh, my God. Like you said, one for the history books right there. That is so hilarious. Oh, man. That is awesome. That's the first cast of the year right there. That's how it's kicking off there, 2023, huh?
Yeah, this is my first broadcast of the new year, and I'll take it. I'll take it. We make that's one for the bucket list. You know, I've had a casting bucket list. I've had a 1v5 to my name. Not the greatest 1v5 ever. But a 1v5 nevertheless. For those who watch ESL Challenger League North America, well, if you know what I'm talking about, if you know, you know. You know. Dude, that I will never forget that season 43 of ESL Challenger League. That was a season to remember. Or to forget.
That was a good season.
I don't know.
Yeah, they're good. Either way. Sometimes the further the time, you know, the more funny it can become, right? Still a little bit fresh in our minds. But...
Oh, this is it. Oh, what? Oh, no. Splitting the uprights there is Latto. And will it cost him? It might just... Oh, he can't fall back. Two unfortunate affairs for Latto. But it can still be made up for. Or can it? dumau, his attention has to be drawn between so many different angles. Catwalk, sight, he has to face the whole team on his own. And And he'll get the first. Great shot onto Fasten. Can he bring anything more to the table? His presence alone is going to force them back to the A site. He's done his job, and now he needs the rest of the squad to do the talking.
They're setting a big bit of hesitation, though, right now, and this is a big reposition
Look where
with only
coldzera
20
is.
seconds left.
They have to make so much noise pushing up. There's only 15 seconds. Oh, but
no.
coldzera goes down without a fight. Now it's NQZ. He drops the first. They need to get that bomb planted. NQZ has plenty of opportunities. He doesn't quite get the other one, but it is dumau on 1 HP. But it's dumau on 1 HP. He gets them all. All right. A 10-5 half for 00Nation. I mean, 1 point of health. dumau standing. That's all they need. We'll see you after the break. And the chances to make it back to Season 17 is right here, right now. 0-0. Back into the pistol, back into the swing of things. No time to get these introductions going. At 0-0, who are already onto this B site. It's 10-5 half. He was a solid one out of them. They ran a run of 7 rounds straight. But Flamengo had something to say towards the latter end of it. My name is Fine. Joined by Collector McHenry. Half number 2 on the way.
Here we are, and already in towards the B side of things. They're playing retake on the B side, which is a bit rare. On top of that, they threw a cat molly here, making things all the more difficult, and it's finding so much success. They are getting sideswiped here. There's no chance to retake as they're just huddled in towards the market, and they've already finished the job right there. As easy as can be, it's on to 11.
Yeah, well, when you play 5 versus 5 retake, it goes one way or it goes the other, and you're going to get it that way. We're 0-0. Close things out super, super quickly. They just had all the angles, even the extra bit of utility. That extra molly in towards cat was very annoying to deal with for, I mean, especially on a pistol round when you have no utility as that CT side to really retake. So, Flamengo, they're going to go in for this force buy investment. There is reason to consider the eco. This is a risk for sure, because lose this round and you might be staring down 13-5, and you have to put a massive comeback on your own map pick. And I wouldn't like those odds. They need to win this round right here, right now, to keep their heads in the game in this series for Flamengo. We're going to see Taco hopping around this A site. Sees Nissim, but it's going to be dumau to find the kill instead. Plant going down. There will be the plant, but no denial. And so the chances here for Flamengo fade into the distance. I think they're already considering a save.
Yeah, it does kind of make sense. You can actually get some teeth in this next round here. As long as you're able to get out of this, and yeah, they will be able to safely escape. All is well in that department. But 12 going to be locked in here for 00Nation, and their success continues in the next half.
Okay, so that risk, it doesn't really come to fruition. All right, I might have lied a little bit. You know, I play the variation of the game, 2 truths and a lie, which is just, it's just called a lie.
Here's the truth. I saw a flashbang kill today.
Oh, there you go.
I've been to
I don't know. It's a truth and a lie. I've been to Paris and I've seen a flashbang kill today. Or
sorry, I'm not gonna like Eiffel Tower.
Yeah. Well, there are no pictures of me next to the Eiffel Tower, but that doesn't mean I haven't been there.
Oh, that's a good point. Could have been anywhere.
I haven't been to Paris.
Oh.
Alright, Vaccine, bold play, but coldzera prepared. Still a 3-man stack here for Flamengo. Still opportunities. Players tucked in every nook and cranny of the site, and Taco not ready for this one, but coldzera and latto will clean up. It's just EQK and Showtime smoked out in spawn. They couldn't deny that plant, so it could just be curtains. It's 5-7 up close. Oh, and the mouse wheel doesn't get the worst of dumau, and latto will swing out and clean up that easy headshot. So we will see 13-5 nevertheless, but Flamengo, they'll get their purchase, and they're going to need to put up a big stand here, though, to hold on to their map pick against 0-0.
Yeah, this is going to need to be a really good foundation on their CT side. This is where they can certainly prove themselves if they're able to do some good work here, but outside of that, chances quickly slimming in. And one thing to talk about here is the pressure that these rosters have on their shoulders here. Obviously, you do have a lower bracket that you can look forward to, but qualifying for Pro League is a lot of these teams, you know, big priority right now, especially with the changes that they made. So I'm sure that Flamengo putting a lot of pressure on themselves. They're going to run into B again, and there's some transition players here. Delboni flashed off the line, but spotted out. He is getting chased down, forced into a very uncomfortable spot. Luckily able to find a single kill, still staying alive.
No, you're not surviving that. But he gets mollied completely. In the meantime, those EQK with the cleanup kill, but that's just about it. Fascine falls to the double swing. ZQK hunting, prodding with this AUG, but no dice. It really puts it on the Nissim on that flank, but I think he's just been spotted. Now dueling out between himself and NQZ, but he'll win the duel, giving themselves the opportunity to press into the site. coldzera and dumau really claustrophobic here on the site. coldzera trying to tuck himself away, but dumau, he gets the first, coldzera gets the next. Now it's a 1v2. They made this happen. Dumau will go down eventually, but now coldzera playing ring around those Rosie, and ZQK does not have the kit. He does not have the time. He'll get the kill, but it's 14 for 00Nation, and Flamengo have their backs up against the wall.
Wow. What a clutch right there from Cold, able to buy enough time. Fortunately for ZQK, there's just nothing you can do there. No kit, no opportunity. 00Nation, they kind of win the all-important one. That's going to be their, comfortable path to 16, right? Because this is going to be a bit of a lacking purchase coming through, and then that's going to be your open avenue.
How has dumau gotten 27 kills?
Oh my gosh, yeah. He's been fragging up a bit of a storm there, hasn't he?
It's been consistent. It hasn't been like, giant multi-kills to sweep aside the whole team and, dumau versus Flamengo HLTV highlight. No, it's just been the ones and the twos, just the consistency out of him. And I think that's why he's on the 0-0 squad.
Talked about him, man. He's just, just super consistent. Big playmaker when it comes to some of the openings as well. So, a massive asset. Very excited with his performance right now, out of the gates.
I remember when he was playing on Yeah Gaming. It was a Brazilian-American mix back in late 2020, early 2021.
Good times.
And Swisher referred to him as Brazilian Simple. Just because he can op, he can rifle, he can do it all.
Yeah. Guy is a beast, that's for sure. Effective in all avenues here and trying to be effective up connector. Flash is going to really create some chaos for Nissim. They're both blinded up, in fact, but a 1-for-1 trade is so valuable in this current standing.
But the 2-for-1, it's better there for Vaccine. He needs more, though. A good trade for Delboni, but he's getting hunted down. Last two players in middle, and that's going to make themselves at home. At 15, will 00Nation. They have just completely swept through their opponent's map pick. There hasn't been a problem. Not a speed bump in this way. Just losing the force buy in the first half. And that's really where Flamengo got most of their rounds. Other than that, it has been a straight highway to victory for 00Nation. And Flamengo, well, they need to win 10 in a row to bring it to overtime.
Yeah, this is, like you said, a pretty stunning spree of rounds. Flamengo had a little bit of a resurgence in that first half, but that a second round conversion and the following is where it all went downhill for them. After that, they had absolutely nothing to say. Deep HE is going to do a little bit of damage here, but they're still making so much ground covered. And look at this jumping kill right there coming through from Taco. A nasty entry, and look at Delboni. He's left on no man's land. His rotations are coming through so delayed, but at least he's able to stand tall for 2. That is, of course, until they're able to cut off the rest of the roster. And somehow Delboni's the last man standing right there. He'll be taken care of by Taco at the end of the day right there. And a beautiful opening map there for 00Nation in 2023.
Yep, that is the first map, the debut map, and it was clean. There were no problems for them. Of course, the experience showing through of this lineup who is trying to push themselves to that international stage, and really Flamengo as a team who was literally just formed 2 days ago. I mean, they've made it to this point for sure, but they're playing against